Concentrate all your thoughts upon the work in hand because the sun rays don't burn until brought to a focus. Namaskar, welcome to PT Pointers, and in this video, we are going to cover major headlines of the Hindu, Indian Express, Press Information Bureau, and Live Mint. So, without wasting any time, let's start today's discussion. And our first headline is related to Operation Ajay, जो कि रिसेंटली इंडिया के द्वारा लॉन्च किया गया है टू इवैक्यूएट इंडियन नेशनल्स फ्रॉम इजराइल following an upsurge in violence, and this will be the second evacuation this year after Operation Kaveri that brought back several thousand Indians from conflict-torn Sudan in April-May. Now, recently, Bombay High Court reserved its verdict in a batch of petitions challenging the constitutionality of Information Technology Amendment Rules 2023. इसको अनाउंस किया गया था मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड आईटी के द्वारा इन अप्रैल दिस ईयर, and it amended Information Technology Rules 2021 and allowed to appoint a fact-checking unit to identify fake or false or misleading online content related to business of the central government and demand its removal. Our next headline is related to Indian Ocean Rim Association, and ये न्यूज में भी इसलिए है क्योंकि 23rd Council of Ministers meeting of the Indian Ocean Rim Association was held in Colombo recently. Now let's know more about the association. So friends, its vision originated during a visit by late President Nelson Mandela of South Africa to India in 1995 and इसको establish किया गया था 1997 में. ये एक dynamic intergovernmental organization है which is aimed at strengthening regional cooperation, sustainable development within the Indian Ocean region through its member states and 11 dialogue partners. And इसकी focus areas हैं maritime safety and security, trade and investment facilitation, fisheries management, disaster risk management, tourism and cultural exchanges, academics, science and technology cooperation, blue economy and women's economic empowerment. And India views it as platform for promoting sustainable development, economic growth and prosperity and stability in the region. And recently, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar ने कहा है कि India wants to be friend to the world and the voice of the global south and will work to ensure a free, open and inclusive Indian Ocean region. And he also raised the dangers of unsustainable debt. Our next headline is related to Mera Yuva Bharat Initiative, जिसको रिसेंटली अप्रूव किया गया है यूनियन कैबिनेट के द्वारा, एंड इट विल क्रिएट अ सेंट्रलाइज्ड यूथ डाटाबेस एंड ऑफर suitable opportunities to engage in voluntary work across the country. It will benefit the youth in the age group of 15 to 29 years in line with the definition of youth in the National Youth Policy. Now, recently, Prime Minister of India paid tributes to Loknayak Jaiprakash Narayan on his birth anniversary. He was born in Bihar in 1902 and emerged as one of the leading socialist figures in the country. He was Marxist in his youth. He was a founder general secretary of the Congress Socialist Party and Socialist Party. He also declined to join Jawaharlal Nehru's cabinet, and after 1955 he quit active politics and he became a Gandhian, and he was involved in the Bhutan movement. He was a leader of Bihar movement and became the symbol of opposition to emergency, and he was the moving force behind the formation of Janata Party. Now recently, Union Cabinet approved amendments of the second schedule of the Mines and Minerals Act 1957 for specifying rate of royalty in respect of three critical and strategic minerals, namely lithium, niobium, and rare earth elements. The approval will enable the government to auction blocks for lithium, niobium, and rare earth elements for the first time in the country. And royalty rate on minerals is an important financial consideration for the bidders in auction of blocks. And do you know, friends, Mines and Minerals Amendment Act 2023 was recently passed by the Parliament, and amendment delisted 6 minerals including lithium, niobium from the list of atomic minerals, thereby allowing grant of concessions for these minerals to private sector through auction. Now recently, Union Cabinet approved Memorandum of Understanding between India and Papua New Guinea on cooperation in the field of sharing successful digital solutions implemented at population scale for digital transformation. It intends to promote closer cooperation and exchange of experiences and digital technology based solutions like India Stack in the implementation of digital transformational initiatives of both the country. And do you know, friends, India's tax solutions are digital public infrastructure developed and implemented by India at population scale to provide access and delivery of public services. They aim to enhance connectivity, promote digital inclusion, and enable seamless access to public services. They are built on open technologies and they are interoperable and are designed to harness industry and community participation, which fosters innovative and inclusive solutions. Our next headline is related to production linked incentive scheme for white goods. And ये न्यूज में भी इसलिए है क्योंकि some changes are notified in the scheme and these changes are adoption of cost plus method in place of comparable uncontrolled price method for calculation of sale prices in case of captive consumption or supplies to group companies. And do you know, friends, PLI scheme for white goods for manufacture of components and sub-assemblies of ACs and LED lights was approved by the Union Cabinet in 2021 and it is to be implemented over 7 years period. इसको notify किया गया था Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. It was designed to create a complete component ecosystem for air conditioners and LED light industry in India and make India an integral part of global supply chains. Our next headline is related to Krish Trish Balti Boy Bharat Hai Hum Initiative, जिसका ट्रेलर recently launch किया गया है. ये एक animated series है consisting of 2 sessions produced by Central Bureau of Communication and Graffiti Studios. It consists of 52 episodes, 11 minutes each, featuring stories from Indian freedom struggle from 1500s to 1947 and it is hosted by the iconic animated characters Krish, Trish and Balti Boy. Our next and last headline is related to BrahMos Supersonic cruise missile, which is a joint venture between India and Russia and it can be launched from submarines, ships, aircraft or from land platforms. The range of BrahMos was originally limited to 290 kilometers as per the obligations of the Missile Technology Control Regime, of which Russia was signatory following India's entry into the club in June 2016. Plans were announced to extend the range initially to 450 kilometers and subsequently to 600 kilometers. And do you know, friends, BrahMos with extended range up to 450 kilometers has been tested several times since. So with this, let's conclude our today's discussion. Thanks for listening. And for regular updates, you can follow us on various social media platforms.